What is up? Hurricane Liz here, wearing a product that I sold on Amazon, and that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. I sold magic gloves, and what these magic gloves is, they get you to magically subscribe to the channel. So if you want to do that, go right ahead. And I'm about to show you in this video, all joking aside, how I've made millions of dollars selling Amazon private label items and FBA items that most people would overlook. So I'm going to jump into how I made about $100,000 selling these actual gloves that I have right in front of me. And I'm going to show you the pay-per-click advertising that I used, how much I paid for them, all the problems that I had, all the problems that I did not have, and all the money, a breakdown of all the fees, exactly how I did it step by step, so that you can go out there and find products like this to also sell, because guess what? They're all over the place. And thanks to products like these, I was able to start legit FBA brands and private label brands that today I'm getting offers on to actually sell. So let's jump straight in there and talk about how you can start FBA private label on a budget and how you're going to get to $100 a day selling odd items like this. Okay, so I'm going to jump into my screen share and I'm going to reveal to you the location of where I actually found these products. And you're going to laugh because where I found these products was an outlet store. So truth be told, around 2013, I used to go to this outlet store and frequently source retail arbitrage products for Amazon. I bought things like these curling irons. As you can see, this curling iron that's on special right now has this glove. So it just so happens that I started to see these gloves in a bin and they were selling for 25 cents a piece, and I could buy a limit of 25 per day. So guess what I did? I went every single day and bought 25 of these gloves until I had a couple hundred accumulated. And then I came up with this idea of let's jump onto Amazon and take a look at what these curling iron gloves. And I will say this, it wasn't actually my brilliant idea. It was my late mother's brilliant idea, who said, you know, do they sell these on Amazon? And if so, how well do they sell? And take a look at it. They do. They sell extremely well. I've actually showed them to you on previous videos. $6.99 for two, and this one was $4.60 or $4.98 for one. At the time, this was selling for $9, and these were selling for about $8 or $9. Since then, they've come down in price. But I jumped into the market, and because of my superior marketing skills, however, my inventory skills are not superior, and I'll tell you why I ditched this later on. But I was able to sell a glove for $9.99. Yes, one glove, $9.99. I was picking them up for 25 cents a piece. So what I basically did, I grabbed a UPC off of eBay, I slapped up a listing, I took awesome pictures that I photoshopped. At one point or another, I could Photoshop. Now I can't even make my own thumbnails. But I could Photoshop at one point, and I basically ranked it using the tactics and strategies that I teach on this channel and got it ranked to #1. So it was #1 for Amazon for a curling iron glove. It was also #1 in Google for curling iron glove, and it just crushed. Let me show you the numbers that I actually did, and then I'll jump into some of the strategic things and how I went about and did the pay-per-click and how you can go about and do the pay-per-click for your product as well. Okay, so the very first tool that you should get used to using anytime you have a product idea and or you want to evaluate how much it's going to cost you to sell on Amazon is the FBA revenue calculator. And pretty much what I'll type in here is put curling iron glove, and what it'll do is go back and fetch a number of curling iron gloves, and I'm just going to pick whichever one's closest to the product that I plan to sell. In this case, it's this one. Now, there's a difference between you using your own fulfillment versus you using Amazon's fulfillment. And I'll go ahead and enter here $9.95, which is the cost that I paid for the product. And now it cost me probably about 5 cents each to send to Amazon because I could literally put hundreds in a box. So the total cost was about 35 to 40 cents, but we're just going to put 35 to play it safe. And I'm going to hit calculate, and it's going to tell me here the amount of money that I make after everything's said and done. So if we actually put this is probably closer to 30 now that I think about it. Margin is 56%. I sold it for $9.95, around $9.99 actually. And I was making about 57% margin, $5.68 profit on every single glove that I sold. Keep in mind, I had days where I sold as much as 60 to 100 of these puppies. And at some point later, I had to actually get them through Alibaba. So if you look on Alibaba, it's the same thing. It's pretty cheap. If I type curling iron glove, I expanded to selling many more a day. And on curling iron gloves, they sell for as little as 10 cents. So even cheaper, and that is for a pair, cheaper on Alibaba than I was getting it through the third party, which was Helen of Troy. And so that's how I was able to make such a huge amount of money. And here's the beautiful thing. I'm going to show you guys how the numbers came out. Okay, so we are in the back end of one of the seller programs I use called Hello Profit. And here is one of the SKUs that I had. I had approximately 6 different SKUs for this. So a couple of the black one, and then I had a couple other colors like pink and gray and baby blue and a bunch of different colors. And as you could clearly see here on this particular SKU that I have right here, sold almost $24,000 worth of it. All of them were organic on this particular SKU. And my Amazon selling fees were $5,000 for selling and for the packing and shipping, and $3,500 that I paid Amazon in commission. And my product costs, I calculated after shipping in an additional $492, which is kind of a lot for 2,000 units, but I still put that in there. But that was about $1,000. And so altogether, I made a total of $15,727, which according to Hello Profit, I mean, this is pretty ridiculous. We knew that the margin was 62%, but the ROI was over 1,585.47%. That's ridiculous. And this is a product that I just picked almost out of my ass and decided to sell it. So let's look at some of the actual keywords behind it, just so I can tell you guys that like this particular product really didn't have an insane amount of keyword demand or anything. But the reason I went with it is because of the simple fact that I could quickly and easily put it together, which a lot of people will ignore that. They'll start listening to other outside forces that are telling them like, don't do it. It's not going to work out. Okay, and so I wanted to show you a couple things. I wanted to show you, first of all, what market intelligence says about this product, which is why I don't really pay attention to market intelligence or Jungle Scout's feature that tells you how good an idea is, because I don't really believe it. But this one does say 4 stars. So not bad, right? 4 stars, and there are some people making some money in this niche. But the real thing that I would like to pay attention to, or like you to pay attention to, is how much keyword search volume is there. I mean, how many people could possibly be searching for a curling iron glove? That's the real question. And according to this, you have entered a word that we have not processed yet. So that goes to show you that there's not a lot of people actually looking for this product, and which sums up why a lot of times you'll find a product that you think could sell and you don't do it because of the outside forces. So don't pay attention to them. The most important thing when selling a product on Amazon is, number one, get a sale, because guess what? That's going to give you such an insane amount of confidence that you're going to realize that this is what you want to do and you want to keep doing it over and over again. And that's exactly the point where I'm at. Okay, and so while I ranted on about that, the actual keyword volume came back, and it is not a lot. It's 1,400 searches that actually come up on a monthly basis, which is not a lot. Curling wand glove, same thing, 1,083. So not a lot of demand for this product, yet I was able to do still really well with it. And one of the keys as to why I did run a lot of Amazon pay-per-click. So let's jump into the pay-per-click actual campaigns and show you what I did. Okay, so as you can see here, I really only ran 2 campaigns. One of them, and at this time, I didn't really even know what I was doing. I ran this one here. It was a manual targeting campaign. I spent $3,400, made $3,900 back. A horrible ACOS. Your ACOS should equal your margin. My margin was 60-some%, so I was losing 20% on these, but it still allowed me to organically sell almost $100,000 worth of these different gloves. Same thing with this one. This one was manual targeting. Spent $533, made $495, 107% ACOS, which is not good at all. And if we actually click into the targeting, this particular glove here, I went for automatic. It looks like I even filtered out. I really had no idea what I was doing, and this sometimes just happens when you do this. But here's the gloves, and let's see the targeting. Iron glove, heat glove, hair curling glove. So just a bunch of random crap. I could have definitely optimized these, but I chose not to, and I went for all broad match type, which is kind of like a stupid, idiotic thing to do, but this just goes to show that at least I'm out there just doing my best. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Now, I will end this with saying why I quit doing this glove. That's because it just became a big hassle. We were packaging these ourselves. We were part of an Amazon packaging thing that would allow hijackers not to get on our listing. Although we were making a pretty decent return, there was just a lot of other opportunities that we wanted to jump into and get rid of some of this work. So we're no longer selling this, even though it does have like hundreds and hundreds of reviews. But sometimes you move on when you find a product that doesn't match what you want to do. So that's pretty much it for this video. If you have any questions or comments, post them below. I always personally answer those. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I truly appreciate it. I will see you all in the next video.